recently saw a Tumblr post by a user known as 2Cubes going over how a polycule where everyone fucks each other, and with the polycule having both an equal number of men and women, say it's completely binary, that the polycule would tend to be straight. But however, if it's, in my words, if it's all women, then it becomes a sought after 6-digit code. And if it's all men, it's just bros being bros, and that's perfectly straight. So what the post asks you to do is, if you put it all on a graph where each node represents a person and each edge a relationship where everyone is connected to everyone and labeled either gay or straight, with the classifications, being kind of obvious. Where is the tipping point? Where the polycule tends gay over straight? So I kind of got bored writing the script here, so I'm just going to, you could probably just see the post right now and you could read it. I'm going to do that right now. First part, and figure out why, first of all, it tends to be straight over gay, for if it's a fully connected graph. I've got the graph here, as you can see, already written, where connection being labelled H means it's hetero, and it being labelled G means it's a gay connection. And obviously, if the node is labelled W, that means as a man person. And if it's labelled W, that means it's a woman. So obviously, there's a silent M here and a silent W here, but we don't say those. That's big governments don't want us to know about that. And as you can see from the graph, I got bored drawing it. So this is the only label you get. I'm not going to do any more. You just get this kind of weird Spider-Man here. So first of all, let's explain in general what the wank theory basically states. So say I've got a person here. I've got the man here, and it's in a total of 5 men and 5 women. Yeah, obviously. This basically. So you've got the man here. This guy is called Bob. Bob loves his life. He's having a great time. Bob has a connection with all 5 women here, because you've got him with women 1, women 2, women 3, women 4, and women 5. And he's also got, but you would think you would have 5 connections with all the other men, but you'd be wrong, because wanking is not considered gay sex. It's considered my Tuesday night. So in fact, he's only got connections with W2, because he's W1. Obviously, he's the lead guy. He's Bob. Like, of course, Bob is man 1. Then got man 3. Man 4 didn't show up, so we had to cover him instead with, so he's not there, so it's a man 5 and man 6. How many connections do you have with the women? He has 5 whole connections. Bob's doing well. And he's also fucked 4 men. Even better. What I mean? So, and if you're paying attention and you're as good at maths as I am, you can tell that 5 is bigger than 4. And it's not just Bob that has this. So we have Isabella here with Bob here. So I'm not going to write out. She of course has a connection with all 5 men, because she is not man, she is woman, and all man are not Isabella. See what I mean? These two are not equal. She has a connection with all men. She is she is M05 to be exact. So she has a connection with W1, W2 to 6. Obviously, no one talks about W4 because yeah, we don't talk about man 4. But then connection with M1, M3 because she is M2, and wanking is not gay sex. 4 and M5. This is in brackets, by the way. This is just general maths formula. If you're talking about women, you write their name in text and you put all the connections in brackets. Like, this is just standard maths. And I think you should follow this for future. And all men, spell their name incorrect. You have to write their name like this, with the last letter being on a separate line. As you can see, she has a connection with 5 men, but only 4 women. Every single node will then have 4 G going out, because there won't be one going looping in. Like, that's like a ball, you know? Consider this. If it loops back, that makes this and this a cock. This makes it balls. And you know what balls are? Balls going with a dick. And you know what happens when you touch your balls? That's masturbating. And we don't like that now, do we? So, see, they only have 4G there. I've kind of greatly fucking extended describing this. I've said basically nothing this entire time. I'm just gonna fucking roll with it. And 5 hetero, because they all go out. There's no going in. Like, there's no weird balls here when I'm going back to itself. Just one. Satan. The Satan ball. We don't like Satan balls. Satan balls are bad. No. With everyone having this connection here, 4G and 5H. What this basically then says, times by 10, you then have 40 total G and 50 total H. For if it's a polycule with 10 people, with 5 women and 5 men. And you know what this is? 50H is bigger than 40G. So 50 is bigger than a 40. Remember that, kids. Kids should not be watching this video. If you're under 18, read a book about black holes. Black holes are pretty fucking cool, aren't they? Like, you know, singularity, gravity, fucking sick. You should go watch a video on that. Like, even if you're like over 18, you go watch a video on black holes after this. Like, learn about black holes. You're already on the education grind now. Like, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking lock in. Now watch a video on black holes and gravity. Like, Kurzgesagt. I did not pronounce his name right. Like, his fucking collection of them banging. Go watch him right now. The next part, so that's basically the wank theory. Yeah, due to the wank theory, gay sex is not wanking. Those two don't correlate. And now let's figure out where the line is. I'm dog shit at maths, and I don't particularly think you want to learn about algebra right now. I don't particularly want to write algebra at 3:30 in the morning. So let's not do that. Let's then explain this using logical steps, and I'm going to go back on my words constantly and re-explain stuff, and you're not going to understand any of it, and neither am I. Person number. Got 3 people in total here. Let's say instead of it being 4 men and let's say instead it's 4 men and 5 women. Instead of polycule. If we then expand out all of these, so we then have each man then has 3 H connections. Each man then has 3 gay connections because they can't fuck themselves, so that takes away 1. And 5 H connections. So per person, this already seems like bigger, you know? Yeah, like that's bigger than, where the fuck is it? 5-4. It's 5H. You know, fucking pretty big. But like, there's only 4 of them. That's tricky. With the 5 women, however, that's where it gets fucking tricky. You know, women. They then have H minus 4G. Ooh. So, we already know this cancel out. This is fucking equal to 0. They don't matter. Women. And this does. So the total not doing math. So it's 4 times this. So it's 12G to 20H, obviously. And with this is basically equal to 0, but I'll add it just to make sure. So times that all by 4. So then you then have 20. So 32 and 40. What's smaller than that? A 10 off. Like, I could probably do it algebraically. However, I do not fucking give a shit enough to actually teach you English. I'm going to learn something about that. Actually, no. We're not going to do this. We're going to go about black holes. Fuck it. Let's do black holes now. So, we're going to learn how black holes work. And my extent of my knowledge of black holes is Kazakhstan. And my A-level physics, which I done over a year ago, and I got a D. So I'm obviously the most qualified to teach you about this. You should listen to me. What better say? So, first of all, what happens? So this is a planet. Or a star. Actually, it's a star. And you know what this star done? The star saw the Earth is flat. You know? How does the flat Earth theory work? This is the Earth. The star saw this and was like, whoa. No way. NASA's lying to us. We're bad. NASA. So instead of then logically, so the sun then tried to explain, go out to people and be like, yo, the sun then tried to explain to everyone, the Earth is flat. It was like, NASA bad, don't trust. Don't trust. So instead, they then logically, NASA, they can't have this. This fucking rocket man over here, NASA, big bad NASA. They was like, nah, not fucking happening. So what they do, to stop the sun whistleblowing to the Earth that the Earth is flat, NASA decides they're going to send an inverse rocket to the sun. What an inverse rocket does is implodes. It's different than what a normal rocket does, which is explodes and makes everything expand around it, killing it. What an inverse rocket does, it looks like this. It's got a flat end here. This is how you make it. It's like secret NASA technology. This then compresses the sun into like a single ball. It also makes it darker. And then they send another one. And this then turns it into a single dot. This dot here. So it goes like from there to that to that. As a dot, it can't do anything. No one trusts a black hole. For obvious reasons, it will suck you in. And the sun can't talk because it's a black hole now. Like, logically. Black holes don't speak, but suns do. That's the basic theory of how black holes work, and it sucks all the liars in. And it sucks all the people against democracy and freedom as liberty foretold. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk about the wank theory. I'll see you again tomorrow.